Hey loves! Today we're going to be testing out some new drugstore makeup releases. So as always, grab a snack or grab all of your products and let's do some makeup together. So I already filled in my brows and I used a new brow pencil from NYX, the Blade and Shade. This one is in the shade Black. If you like the regular micro brow pencil, you're going to love this one. So if you guys are familiar with the Dominique brow frame, this has pretty much the same shape, it's just a little bit tinier. And then comparing the new one to the NYX micro brow pencil, the shapes are different. And I feel like the new one is slightly tinier and a little bit more precise, but love. Now I have a new eyeshadow primer. This is the LA Girl Pro Prime. LA Girl actually has a bunch of brand new makeup. I'm so excited about it. And I have a new eyeshadow palette from LA Girl too. Okay, so this is kind of like the Urban Decay primer potion a little bit. It leaves a bit of a greasy film behind. I'm gonna see if it dries down. Not greasy, more oily, I would say. Let's talk about a new eyeshadow palette. This is so beautiful, you guys. First of all, this is the LA Girl 9-color eyeshadow palette. This packaging, it's so nice. Okay, sorry, it's like not focusing. Hello. Look at that. It's very pretty. And look at these eyeshadows. Are you kidding right now? This could literally be sold at Sephora. If it didn't have LA Girl on it, you would think this could be like a different high-end brand. So I'm actually going to use the color Gem. And I'm just going to put that over top. Well, it definitely showed up really nicely. And I love how it just muted out my lids. And now I'm going to take the shade Bliss. It's a nice soft brown. I'm going to build it up. So far these feel very soft and silky, which is the case with most LA Girl eyeshadows. Honestly, they're all very good. I've tried most of their palettes. Then we're going to take a little bit of this brown on the bottom. LA Girl is the shade. I always like to layer the shades so I can see how the pigment builds up and how the formulas lay together. I want to experiment a little bit more with that eye primer. It looks a little bit splotchy. If you have brown eyes, doing something like this, like very smoky browns, it's going to make them pop even more. Okay, this looks a little scary. What's going on? I don't like this. Girl, no, don't like it. And you guys know, if I don't like it, I'm definitely going to wipe it off. Wiped off the eyeshadow. I reprimed. I set everything down and I'm noticing separating with the eyeshadow. Maybe that's why the other colors, when I was blending them, I wasn't loving the way that they were laying. And I think it's that primer. It's causing it to separate the eyeshadow as I'm applying it over top, so it's not looking very smooth. The formulas feel smooth, but with that primer, I don't think they can shine through. So that sucks. I'm gonna just wipe this away again, but I'm not gonna use that LA Girl eyeshadow primer. I'm so over the eyeshadow. Let's move into the complexion. New primer from ColourPop. This is the Pretty Fresh Set It Up primer. It has peptides, niacinamide, and hyaluronic acid. There's also a new setting spray too, but let's start with this. It feels like a moisturizer. It kind of looks like it too when you apply it. It definitely does feel hydrating. It just feels like a very fast absorbing moisturizer. I do think it smoothed me out though. It feels nice. She's cute. Packaging is simple. I like it. We'll see how the foundation applies over top. I actually have a new one here from Milani. This is the Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Skin Tint Stick. I picked up the shade 07 and then I also have the shade 10. I'm gonna swatch both to see which one will be a better match. So this is shade 7. I think that actually might be perfect. Shade 10, by the way, is in Warm Neutral. I don't know if that's gonna match, but we have to try. Let's see. It is pretty warm. I think this could be a good, maybe mixing shade. I feel like if I mix both, it's gonna give me my perfect match. Doesn't pull too yellow though, this color. But I think maybe the other one might be a little bit better. I'm gonna do medium on this side and then I'll do light on the other and we'll just compare. And I have this little makeup sponge here. These are from Salon Perfect, soft and bouncy makeup sponges, and I totally agree. This feels just like the Beauty Blender. Oh, it's pretty. It's very seamless on the skin. That looks really good. It actually blended pretty good too with this sponge. I'm gonna try it with a brush. I think it gave some nice coverage. Let me cover this up here a little bit better. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the LYS foundation skin tint. And look at how smooth it looks. I think it went on really nicely, by the way, over top of that ColourPop primer. But let's do 7 by itself on this side. Oh yeah, shade 10 I think is the winner, or even mixing shade 7 and 10 would be like a perfect match, but I feel like 7 is just a touch too light. It's not bad, but I think 10 is just the better match. Also, the ColourPop primer, I will say it has a little bit more of a soft matte dry down. I'm just gonna add a little bit more of shade 10 over top to balance everything out. It is appearing a little bit more on the matte side because that primer from ColourPop does have a soft matte dry down. So it says it's a buildable light to medium coverage skin tint with a natural soft matte second skin finish. Totally agree with the claims. This looks so beautiful. Definitely second skin vibes, but still covers up. It's not going to look cakey though, like a traditional stick foundation, because those can be a little bit thicker. I like stick foundations too, but very pleased with the way this is sitting on my skin. I agree with the claims. And then over top of the primer, this also does have a soft matte finish. So if you're into like dewy makeup, maybe just use a dewy primer underneath. That way you can get a little bit more of that dew peeking through. But I like the combo with the pretty fresh primer that looks super smooth. Let's try a new contour now. This is actually also from LA Girl. It's the contour wand in the shade Beach Babe. Every brand now is coming out with pretty much Charlotte Tilbury dupes. At this point, I think literally every single brand has one of these. It has that sponge applicator. Let's do it. Definitely has a more grayish tone, but it is a contour, so it's supposed to, because then it gives more of a shadow. Whereas a bronzer is going to be more orangey, warm, so it's going to give you a bronzed look. Kind of see that shadow right there. I like this. It has a nice tone. Definitely is a more cool toned color, so for sure this is for contouring. If you want a bronzy look, this is not it, because you see that gray tone. I'm also going to build up on the other side to keep both sides even. Now we have some new blushes. I'm going to start off with these jelly blushes from Makeup Revolution. Do these look familiar? Milk Makeup dupes. So it's a cheek and lip stain, and I have this one in the color Peach. Ooh, very peach. I'm just applying it directly on my brush. Oh, there's like a little piece of the blush. Get out. There we go. But I prefer a regular cream blush because sometimes it can be a little finicky. Products like this, they can look a little bit splotchy or whatever, but this is actually, doesn't look bad. I don't want to try another color. It looks blended out really nicely. This one is in cherry. Do you guys remember when people were eating these or cutting them and trying to eat them, like the Milk Makeup ones? That was weird. This is the color Cherry, by the way. It's a popsicle cherry shade. So with these, it's not a traditional cream or liquid blush. You're gonna get more of that stained look, which is nice because these kind of products, they can be pretty long wearing. I'm gonna just add a little bit of the cherry color, because why not? We're just playing, you know? I'm not going anywhere after this. Looks a little crazy. They're definitely pigmented, so this could be a nice product if you're on vacation, at the beach, you know, you just want like a cute little stain. Sometimes though, I feel like you can't really blend it that easily, this because it's like literally a stain. Milani has some new liquid blushes. These are a glowy liquid blush, and I tried one of these colors a few months back, 160 Canela. This is the color that I used before, but I want to use Dolce Pink 130, and I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, you can apply these over top of powder. It's very natural, but it does give some color and glow in one. See, for me, I prefer something like this over the stain, but that's gonna just definitely be personal preference. I like these from Milani a lot. These are really pretty, gives a healthy, glowy cheek. This is a nice everyday pink. I'm adding more because I want to see how much you can build it up. So two completely different products, but I like the Milani ones more because to me it's just more practical. The packaging is messy, but it's still gorgeous, and I love this pink shade. Even when you build it up, look at how pretty it looks. It's like not too much. So these are so good. They have a bunch of shades, and this is the second color that I used, and I love the way that these apply. I'm just gonna go over this a little bit with my foundation brush. Still looks smooth though, I will give it that. You know, Makeup Revolution, yeah, that does look good. It's just a preference thing with the formula of the blush, you know, it comes down to what you like. But it actually looks better now that I used that foundation brush to blend it in, because it has a little leftover skin tint, so I used it to diffuse that out, and it looks way better now. Now I have a new concealer. This is so random, but I found this at Aldi when I was grocery shopping a few weeks ago. It's the Lacura Bold Cover Concealer. I got this one in shade 3, and tell me this does not look like Tarte Shape Tape. Oh wow. It smells like perfume. It smells good, but I've never smelled a concealer that smells like perfume. Let me try this little beauty sponge. I like how soft this is. The one from Salon Perfect. Love this side for sure. This blush from Milani. It's perfect. Along with the skin tint, I love that. Definitely my two favorite things from the day, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm really into this cheek stain from Makeup Revolution. The more that I look at it, the more that I'm like, wait, this looks really good. For powder, I'm gonna use this brightening setting powder from LA Girl. Looks like it's a pinky shade, so we're gonna see how it blends with the blushes that we used. This LA Girl powder is very fascinating because it doesn't even look powdery, but somehow it set my under eyes. For the rest of my face, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild powder that I love. This is the translucent shade. I'm just going to use a fluffy brush like this one because we already have a soft matte face. I just want to do a light dusting of it because I always have to set my products down, but I'm literally going to just dust this on. And I'm just adding a little bit more of that Milani Dulce Pink blush on this side. And these work beautifully over top of powder. So these are gorgeous. The stains from Makeup Revolution also look really good though. So I like the blushes. The contour was pretty good. I kind of want to experiment with it a little bit more because I'm looking at my forehead and it looks kind of splotchy. I think maybe I should have used a different brush. These are the new Essence Juicy Bombs. It's a glossy lip balm. So let's swatch all the shades. I have 3 here and then these 3 right here. Let's start with the milky one. This one's in the shade Wake Me Up Before You Cocoa. Okay, wait, don't turn it up too much because then you can't turn it down. Oh, it does smell like coconut. It feels nice and smooth, hydrating. I love the coconut. It smells good. Next shade, Time to Pitaya. That's cute. Like retire, but pitaya. Oh, this smells good. Yum. This is so pretty. For a lip balm, I think this just gives the prettiest little tint. Very comfortable. It doesn't even feel like you're wearing anything because it is like a lip balm, which is nice. So this is going to be for those of you who don't like a lot of lip products, but you want to put on a little something. Next color, Chocolate to Handle. Oh my gosh, this smells like a chocolate Tootsie Roll. It feels so good though. I feel like I want to eat them. I love these. This is a winner. I think this would look cute with like a brown lip liner. And then if you like smudge it out, so pretty. So far the Pitaya is my favorite. Next color is in Kiwi to My Heart. Very mild kiwi scent. Nothing too crazy with this one, but I like it. It's just clear. Very comfortable. These are nice. And the only thing, like I said, is just don't twist this up too much because it's going to get a little bit messy and you're not going to be able to twist it down. But other than that, I do love these so far. And then this one is in Berry Cute. Oh, I like this color. I'm very pleased. This feels so good. Girl, I love these. And then this one is in One in a Melon. The names, 10 out of 10. And this smells like watermelon Jolly Rancher. For a lip balm, some of these have a lot of pigment. This is also a really cute summery lip balm. Ugh, I can't wait for summer, but it's still January. The lip balms I love. They feel comfortable. They smell great, each of them. Probably my least favorite smell is I don't like chocolate Tootsie Rolls. I used to when I was younger, but I don't like them anymore. I don't really love the smell. That's the only one I didn't really love, but you know, that's a personal preference. Regardless, the formula and the way that each of them apply is very nice, buttery. It feels hydrating. It doesn't feel like too much. So winner. Then I have this new lip liner from Makeup Revolution. It's the Pout Plumping Lip Liner in Doll Cool Nude. I want to see if this actually does plump. I don't really love this color. I know it's cute. Actually, it's kind of like my natural lip color now that I'm looking at it. Let's see if we get any plumping. I don't feel anything so far, but that went on so nicely. It kind of is like my natural lip color, but a little enhanced. Let's do the eyes really quick since we're here waiting for this to activate. I'm gonna just go back into the LA Girl palette. I swatched a few of the colors. I love doing my eyeshadow, but I really love doing my complexion so much more, to be honest. Let's go into these soft browns. Yeah, now these are blending so much better. I just honestly was not in the mood earlier to do my eyes again. I needed to move on to the complexion, and now I feel better doing the eyes. You gotta just give it a rest too sometimes. When you're doing your makeup, if something's not working, just move on to another part of the routine. If not, you're just gonna feel like, I don't even want to do this. And that happens quite a bit when I'm filming and I'm like, snap out of it, get it together, and get it done. Now we're gonna add some of this glitter. The shimmers and glitters in here are insane. They're super pigmented. I'm gonna just dab this. This has a lot of kickback. The glitter is gonna fall everywhere, but it's pretty. Let's take a little bit of the dark brown, some of that bronzy shade. Just gonna add that here. Yeah, there's quite a bit of fallout with that glitter color that I put on my lid, which is annoying. That's why, this is exactly why I don't like to do my eye makeup after my complexion. Unless it's a really simple eye look with pretty much little to no eyeshadow. The lip liners, by the way, feel very comfortable. There's a slight tingle, but it's very mild compared to other ones that I've tried that are much more intense and they feel like your lips are literally on fire. This is not like that, so very comfortable. I think I want something a little bit darker though. I'm gonna use, let's see how the dark brown looks. This one is an Espresso Cool Brown. The brown is intense, so I'm just using the other lighter color too and just mixing both. Then I'm going to add this Makeup Revolution Plumping Gloss. It's a really pretty milky shade. Ooh, that feels so silky. That went on so nicely. This truly went on like a high-end lip gloss. I love it. This is so cute. I like the lip products. I pretty much like everything that I used. I'm a little bit like about the eyeshadow palette still. I want to experiment with it a little bit more today, which is not a good like eyeshadow day, honestly. Black liner alert at the drugstore. This one's really good from LA Girl. It's very dark and creamy, just like the Rimmel one. I'm just gonna tightline my upper lash line and do some mascara. So let's try out this curl fixing base from Essence. I'm gonna do one eye with this and then one eye without so we can see if it actually does make a difference. It has a very thin wand. Oh, it's completely clear. That's interesting. And I'm gonna top that off with my Hailey's Beauty Reveal Lash Lengthening Mascara because this is my absolute favorite when I'm not wearing any false lashes. That actually looks really good. Now let's try this eye with just the mascara. You'll have to tell me if you can see a difference. So even though we had a little bit of a rough start, I really love the way the products worked for the most part. There's only a few things in here that I wasn't a huge fan of. Starting off with the concealer from Aldi. I don't think this is a bad concealer, but I didn't really get much of a wow factor from it. So I would say save your money and you can use that towards a drugstore concealer if you need a new one. Otherwise, you probably already have something way better in your collection. You don't need this. I also did not love the eyeshadow primer. This was the culprit for the eyeshadow separating and just not really blending the best earlier, so this I don't love. I'm also a little bit on the fence about this LA Girl setting powder. It's so interesting because I don't really feel like it brightened or really did much, so I want to keep experimenting with that. That was interesting. I don't know how I feel about that, but the eyeshadow palette I love. This was really cute, even though I was having a little bit of an issue earlier. That was the eye primer though, but the palette itself is pretty. There is quite a bit of fallout though, so I'll definitely use this before doing my complexion. That's the only thing, but these are pigmented and they do have a nice satin formula. I love all the lip products. They are gorgeous. The ones from Makeup Revolution are actually very comfortable too. It doesn't feel too plumping. And then the Juicy Bombs from Essence I also love. These are hydrating. They smell great. I love both blushes, but if I had to pick one, I would definitely go with Milani. So all products will be listed down below if you're interested. Let me know if you guys have tried any of these as well. Thank you for being here, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Bye!